Hi everybody, I'm back today with a acrylic pour, and today I want to do one on a round glass vase that I want to be able to plant with succulents afterwards. So I want to give it some color and make it pop. So I've set my bowl on top of a bowl that I've covered with saran wrap at the bottom, just because I don't want paint to really get on this bowl. It's one of my mixing bowls. Then I've set that on top of a canvas that I actually have a plate on the bottom, and that way it's not making my canvas sag. And what paint that will pool around my canvas from my pour on my vase, then I can, you know, have a canvas painting out of that leftover paint. Nothing is wasted. So I've cleaned my bowl with alcohol, just regular old rubbing alcohol. It's only 70%. Taken a cloth and first I washed it with Dawn dish soap. Then I dried it, and then I've rubbed it down with alcohol wherever the paint is going to be needing to stick. And today I wanted to do something kind of bright and cheerful and springy, so I want to do like a mixture of greens and yellows to plant some bright succulents in there that hopefully have like some pink and orange, you know, succulent flowers on them, so that everything will really pop. So I've got this all set up. My canvas doesn't have any paint on it because whatever paint drips, I think we're going to have enough to do a whole painting. I've made sure that I'm level. I was a little off, so I took a couple popsicle sticks here and kind of shimmed up my canvas a little bit so that I'm level. And everything is pretty much ready to go. So I'm just going to kind of get into these colors and see what happens. I'm not sure if I want to use a contrasting color so much, but I've got a lime green. I have a phthalo blue. I have just a primary yellow. I have an Artist Loft light green and a Simply Acrylic medium green and just a titanium white. So this this blue is by Simply Acrylic, and this lime is by Apple Barrel, so it's kind of a cheap one on that end. But all my paints are mixed with Floetrol, and I usually do 2 to 1, so 2 Floetrol to 1 paint. And I have put OGX drops in my bottles, all except the white. I was going to mix new paint just to see if it's going to be a problem sticking to the glass, but I think we're just going to roll with it and see what happens. So follow along. And if you like these kind of videos, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get notification of videos that I post. So I'm going to start out with this lime. Do a little yellow. Make sure I'm all shook up. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Saturday. It's gorgeous here in Missouri. It is 72, I think, or plus outside. I've been outside working all day, kind of playing around. And now I decided to come in and do this pour before I'm going to grill some steaks because it's gorgeous. There's really no rhyme or reason to this. I was going to do like a tree ring pour, but I think I just kind of want to go free flow here and see what happens. I'm actually almost out of this titanium white, which is just a matte. So I'm going to switch over. Hopefully that's not going to cause an issue. I think once I seal it, it won't make a difference. But I'm going to switch over to a gloss white that I have already made up and a lot more of, because I think I'm going to use quite a bit of it here and there. Starting to think maybe some gold would be really pretty in here too. But I'm gonna kind of just keep playing with my colors at the moment. Said I was level, but I'm thinking maybe my bowl is a little unlevel just because my paint's wanting to run all to the right side. So I'm gonna just kind of adjust it a little bit here. Get some to run off of this side of the canvas and the vase. If any of you have done this out there, I appreciate it if you would kind of share your videos too. I think we all learn from each other. It's so much fun. I'm just having a blast watching the YouTube videos of everyone else. Of course, I have some favorites out there. Definitely Fiona Art, Sandra Lett, shout out to you all. I've learned so much from you. Elise Fournier, if I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I really apologize. Priscilla Betzel, she's awesome to watch for expressionistic art. And I think it's so cool she does it in her backyard, but she lives in Florida, so she can. And oh, she has a book called Because I Can. So check her out if you get a chance. I think I'm really wanting more of this lime green. Yeah, I think we're gonna give it a little bit more of that. And I possibly need a contrasting color, so I might do a little bit of this blue, and maybe I should do a turquoise. I know some of you out there are saying, no blue, no turquoise, no blue, no turquoise. I think I like that. I'm gonna actually turn my canvas at this point because there's too much paint on my vase to actually turn it now, and I don't have enough paint coating this side. So and this side's looking really cool. You have a little bit of control to manipulate what you're doing. I've got quite a bit on my canvas, and that's because this bowl is so large. I'm just gonna let it run for a minute because there's quite a lot going on, and there's still a lot of paint to run off of this vase. But I'm losing some of my yellow, so I think I'm gonna give it some yellow here. Don't want to lose too much paint on my canvas either. Encourage that paint over a little bit. I'm actually scooping up just a little paint from my canvas and touching where there's blank spots to encourage that paint to keep pulling down, and it's working really well. So if you feel like you have some blank spots and you need to get them filled in and pull some paint down, definitely encourage that paint. I'm hoping the OGX in my paint isn't going to affect it sticking to the glass. I poured one the other day and it didn't seem to be an issue, but you never know. I think that's looking pretty cool. The hardest part is going to be to transfer my bowl over to something else so it can dry, so I can have space to tilt my canvas. So I'm pretty happy with the colors I've got going on there. I was looking for something pretty green and bright. Now I need to make some room here. So what I need to do is spend some time cleaning my art station. But I'm sure I'm not the only one that gets messy from time to time out there. I am pretty organized for the most part. So I've got this old cooling rack, baker's rack type thing that I like to set my paintings on to, sorry, I'm in the middle of doing something, I'm losing my train of thought, to sit and dry on. I'm thinking this would be perfect for this situation. It's just a matter of getting this bowl picked up and moving it over. It's gonna be pretty messy. Pretty messy and maybe a bit slippery is what I'm thinking. So if I've accidentally knocked any areas on my bowl with my fingers, it's still got plenty of paint running down. I don't think I'm gonna have a problem. Got some beautiful colors here on the canvas. The matter of it is trying to get it to come back into the center where I've got this big blank spot. So I think I'm going to encourage it with a little white paint perhaps, just to see what happens. Move my little piece of tin I had there as a center for the canvas so it wasn't going to get so weighted down. It's going to be hard to get this to the middle. I might have to do something like a swipe. I'm not really sure at this point. I'm definitely encouraging the paint. I don't want to lose too much, so I'm going to need somehow to fill in that center. I'm hoping that we will. Something set up so I got some cups to set my painting on. There we go, it's coming now. It's coming pretty fast. Probably should have used a bigger canvas. got a bit of an interesting composition going on. Sorry if I'm out of frame. I need to kind of tilt this before I lose all my paint, so. Taking some of these drippings off, bringing them to the center, encouraging this paint to yes, I'm making a mess, but it's a fun mess. Okay, let's see if we can get that to do something here. I wanted to bring that white back into the middle. Just adding some white right there in the center where it's kind of lacking some paint. This might make a nice backdrop for a painting as well. There's a lot of paint. I'm just trying to stretch some of that white out. My hands are getting extremely slippery. But I don't work well with the gloves on for some reason, so I just have to get in there and get right at it with the paint. These colors are very pretty. It's gonna be really pretty with some type of a pink floral garden on top of it. So I'm a bit of a mess, and I'm digging how this is turning out. It's looking pretty. We'll have to wait and see how it dries. I need to take my heat gun to everything, but in the meantime, I need to go wash up. So I'll be right back. I'm having trouble turning off the camera because my hands are a mess.